Namaste, welcome back to this presentations on building back business from crisis. We are going to deal with future-proofing your business, so thinking and planning ahead to set your business up for continuity through uncertain and maybe unfavorable times. We talked about a back to business roadmap where you've planned, you're ready to workplace, you restarted, you look for opportunities. Now it's time to future-proof. We think that future-proof relates to future readiness. That is the ability to succeed in uncertainty, a rapidly changing business and societal context, and recover back from a disruption to business. So this recover back from business is normally linked to preparedness, and if you say uncertainty and rapidly changing business, then we need insight and ultimately also a vision on how your business would look like. So coming to business continuity, that has been defined in the ISO standards 22301 as a capability of an organization to continue the delivery of products and services with an acceptable time frame at the predefined capacity during a disruption. So there's a disruption to you as a manufacturer of biscuits. Before you were making 1 ton of biscuits a day, then you want a business continuity plan to say that in 4 days I want to be able to produce 500 kg again, and in 2 weeks it has to be back to full scale. So that requires a plan. And for that, we define then also a disruption as an incident where that caused then an unplanned but negative deviation from your expected delivery. We do business continuity planning to respond and recover faster from and effectively from disruption with less cost, less impact to business performance, and you keep your clients and suppliers assured, and that you have better organizational resilience. The key element is then a business continuity plan. So with a business continuity plan, we have to define the priority activities along with the recovery time objective. So how much do you want to produce within a certain time frame again? Then we have to establish what are the minimum requirements to resume these priority activities. So what do I need in terms of equipment, of manpower, of energy, of raw materials? Then I have to assess risks. So what activities could happen outside? What could be the incidents that caused the stop of your business operations? Then we need strategies to, first of all, protect and mitigate so that if something happens, your impact on your business is smaller. That means that your data are not lost or that your finances are well in order. Incident response is having teams in place that can immediately act, and continuity and recovery is how you build back. And ultimately, to be able to execute your business continuity plan, one needs to provide upfront and invest finances, so money is set aside, you have the data and the systems in place so that you can quickly recover, and you have the people and procedures. This has also been embedded in the ISO standard in a business continuity management system, where the key element is operations, where you talk about business impact analysis, business continuity strategies, and then plans and procedures. But all of this is preconditioned on the fact that you can return back to the previous situation, and that might not be possible, as we see already that COVID has challenged the conditions on which we were operating. So we need more insight, and for that we need to be informed. We need to keep our eyes and ears open to interpretive facts and figures in a rapidly changing context. But even that might not be enough. We need to also have more anticipatory capacity. We have a habitual reliance to see the future as a continuity of the trends in the past, and this is not always the case. So there's a high degree of uncertainty, and that can be investigated with scenario analysis. So the key element of scenario analysis is that you identify the driving forces which could be there, and then you define what if either of two defining driving forces would change, and then you get combinations of different scenarios. If I do that very rapidly for the COVID-induced crisis, we might say that our assumption was that the pandemic we can control, and it will not be a global one like we have currently with COVID. And the other assumption that we had is that we would have a free movement of an aggregation of people. This has turned untrue in the current COVID crisis. So we have basically 4 scenarios that we go back to lower levels of impact of the pandemic and no relaxed restrictions. So that would be return to business scenario. On the other side of the spectrum, we would have a high impact, so many people infected and suffering from the health impact overstretched, and more stringent conditions on aggregation of people, then we would get to a more emergency and almost work-controlled economy. And we have two variations of that you say a lower impact but more stringent conditions on movement of people and aggregation, and we would get a more localized society. People cannot move that far around, so they will look around. Or we have a more relaxed society but probably with a higher impact, and then we have a clearly humanitarian crisis. So these are all quite plausible developments. So what might be the impacts on each scenario on your sector, on your customers, on your supply chain, on your region and your community? And more important then, what would be the choices that your business has to mitigate the risk and maybe grasp opportunities? This already points out that we also need to imagine the new normal. So what will be the way your business looks like? What will be your products and services? To who will you sell? Well, how would your operations look like? Who would be in your supply chain? How will you manage people and other resources for efficiency and growth? And what will be your relationship with the communities in which you operate? You will definitely be necessary to meet different requirements and expectations. It's quite plausible that you will have to accommodate safe distances and practice infection prevention in the workplace. You will likely see higher expectations on occupational health and safety and decent work. You will probably not have the free flow of goods, which means that you need to look for redundancies and localization of the supply chain. And if you want to qualify for stimulus funding, you will probably have to show that you're also improving social and environmental performance, that you save energy or avoid waste or give better working conditions. So if we talk about the future, we should realize that yesterday's future started this morning. So were you ready? Or rather to say, are you ready for tomorrow, for today's future, which starts tomorrow? Do you have the insight and understanding of what could happen? Do you have a broader understanding of how your business might look like in the future? And have you prepared for disruptions to your business? That concludes our discussion on future-proofing your business. So please consult the additional resources, try to practice and plan for your business. And we wish you success in building back your business from crisis.